Good morning, everybody, and welcome to On the Open here at MarketStream.live. My name is Joseph Cusick with the Cusick Group. Securities offered by MoneyBlock. This is where we're going to take a look at all of the opening action currently transpiring here in the European markets, and taking a look at the German DAX, currently trading down 44 points at 12,051.40. Looks like it's just basically trading in a very tight range this morning. You see the high-low, 12,033, high 12,074. What's notable here about the DAX in Germany is that Deutsche Bank came out. They're doing a $8 billion euro raise. That has put some stress on the stock. That's after Deutsche Bank had already been slapped with a fine from the Department of Justice. And if you actually take a look at, let's see, I'm going to actually bring up you can see that the stock right now is trading pre-market down 59 cents at 18.44. Seems to be a lot of distress that's going on here in a range of basically between 18 and some change and as high as 21. So there's some challenges for Deutsche Bank right now. Broke through its 20 and its 50-day moving average. Let's watch this stock. This is going to put pressure on not only Deutsche Bank itself, which is down 3.1% in the German markets, but you're also seeing that it's going to put pressure on financials in Germany specifically. Also, what's notable in Germany is we're starting to see some exporters continuing to have some mixed trade and lagging in the market, specifically automakers. Watch the BMWs and Volkswagens in Germany, some of the most notable movers right now, and it looks like we're going to be looking more closely at how potential, especially after the G20 met and basically downplayed, but not with a lot of verbiage about the fact of the protectionist type of trade components or verbiage that's coming out of the U.S. They're not going to gravitate towards that, but they weren't also putting much faith in the fact that you're not going to see a growing faction of nationalism growing through Europe, especially now that we're on the forefront of triggering Article 50 for Brexit, and you have heating up the French political process. We're going to get into that in a second. But taking a look at London and the FTSE, trading down 12 points at 7,412.80. You can see that it's trading off of its best levels right now, but still in a pretty tight range early in the session. Miners and energy names are the biggest laggards right now. Consumer names in London are holding up pretty well. There were some reports that Unilever looks like they may be unwinding their food brands. We're going to keep an eye on that for you. Finally, taking a look at France. The CAC is trading now down 18 at 5,010.50. What is notable here right now is that Marie Le Pen is the National Front candidate for the presidency of France. She, right now, in the initial polls, is showing that she's in the lead. And now, this is coming out of nowhere. She was a dark horse. She was a nationalist. This really could start picking up some volatility, potentially, in France. The initial reaction when she started to gain this support was that she may not be positive for markets. We've heard that before, haven't we? But the point being is that the market in France has been in a relatively grinding type range to the upside. The level that you're going to want to watch on the CAC is 49.57. Names like Renault and Peugeot, also watch names that are in the high-end type of consumer products area, like L'Oreal, Louis Vuitton. Especially those companies have a lot of exposure in Asia and specifically China, and China has been red hot. But again, we're watching that housing market. Go back and take a look at the overnight action report on Asia, and we've talked a lot about what's going on in China. But let's keep an eye on these names. Some mixed action going on there in France, Germany, and England starting off the week. So we're going to keep an eye on all of this. Looking at the currency world, euro's holding up. You see the euro holding up against the dollar, trading right now at 107.51. So basically almost flat, up 0.1%. We're going to watch that closely, that euro strength. Especially as we start getting into the week. We're going to start to see more economic data, and we're going to start getting into earnings season here in the States. So we're going to watch this very closely, and with the political process continuing to heat up now in France, and then we're going to watch very closely in Germany. We got a lot on our plate. So with that being said, we'll be back at 9:30 Eastern time, and we're going to be covering all of the market opening action here in the United States. We'll see you here on MarketStream.live.